Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to Wonderland Asylum. Today we're back with issue 23 of the Hachette Partworks release of Titanic, the ship, the legend. So, in issue 23, we again have an article on Titanic making headlines. It's all focused on the Edwardian era. Again, just what all the articles were saying about the Titanic. Obviously the facts weren't as up to the minute as you get now. Titanic on film, that one's about A Night to Remember. Not a bad film, but some key facts in it are wrong. There we go again, A Night to Remember. Some of the action shots are actually pretty good, particularly for the time. 1958 I think it was made. And yeah, then it was in Family Guy, because Stewie and Brian went back in time. I think Chris went as well, and they all ended up on the Titanic. Bit strange, but there we go. So, let's have a look at the parts that we get in this one and see what we're doing. Okay, so in the little brown box for issue 23, I don't think there's very much, to be honest with you. As I mentioned before, this is a little bonus that we didn't know we were getting. Yeah, there we go, that's all that's in the box. So let's get it unwrapped. Usual tissue paper. And we have some AP screws. We have a little winch type deal. A friction motor basically. And when you pull it, it does that. Now that's going to continue making noise. I didn't think that through, did I? And then in here we have the housing, the tissue paper, and some AM screws. Okie dokie. So, what are we going to be doing with these? Well, we're actually building the motor for the anchors. Now, if you've built Battleship Bismarck, those anchors were motorised, and when you controlled them, they would go up and down. The mechanism wasn't great. When they announced Titanic, they didn't actually mention the anchors as a feature, but they have appeared, as I say, on a fairly basic pull string. So you can pull the anchors down and they'll raise back up. How often I'll use that? Not very, I wouldn't have thought. But, you know, it's nice to have the option there. But without further ado, I'll get my screwdriver and we'll get started. Okay, so the first thing it tells me to do is to take the motor, lie it like this, and measure 6 centimetres. Now, I was just going to use this. I thought, fantastic. But then I remembered this is actually on the inches side, not the centimetre side. So 6 of these wouldn't quite be 6 centimetres. As you can see there, I have a tape measure. That there is 6 centimetres from the end of the motor to there. So I will need to wind that round. Yeah. Unwind 6 centimetres. Yeah, so that is exactly there. Yep, no bother at all, fantastic. And then put it into the housing. The motor fits into it, fairly self-explanatory, and the cable comes through there. So it's actually a fairly snug fit for the motor. Cable goes in there. Then the cover goes over the top, 2 screw holes line up, and we affix the cap with the AP screws that are supplied with this issue. Now, the other thing I will state is the chains and the anchors and everything are very, very flimsy. So when you go and pull these, there's a very good chance of you actually snapping the anchor chains. Now they don't come until issue 24. I have that here already, but of course I do actually have all the way up to issue 36 here. I just have not had the time to do the work for it, really. So that's that done. For the next section we need the hull over, so I'll be back in 2 seconds to do that. Okay, so here is the very nice hull that we have up to this point. Very impressive. And what we're doing is we are taking the motor mechanism that we just made, lining it up with these 4 screw holes that we can see there. It sits in fairly nicely, and then attaching it with the AM screws, again, that come in this issue. Okay, so that's them all screwed in, and that hangs there just like that, ready for issue 24. And that's it. That's all there is to do in issue 23. Okay, so that's us for issue 23. Issue 24, we have the other side of the hull that goes there, and we have 1 anchor chain. Now I have 2 copies of issue 24, so what I'm going to be doing is stealing the anchor chain from the other issue, and I'm going to put them both in at once instead of having one sitting and then hope we maybe get another one in the future and that they don't forget. But yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing. So again, thanks for watching. Not very much to that one. Any comments, criticisms, complaints or otherwise, put them below. I will be trying to catch up on the Titanic, so you may get a Titanic video every day for the next little while. Sorry about that. It's just to get me back on track. As I say, it is looking pretty good. I did also consider drilling out the 2 anchor ports on the forecastle deck and running the chains down and through, so that when you move the anchors you can see them moving back and forth through the deck, but I'm not entirely sure yet. I may do that, I may do it at a later date. I haven't decided yet. We shall see. But in the meantime, thanks for watching. If you haven't already, drop me a like, subscribe, comments are always appreciated, and stay tuned. We will get back on track with Titanic very soon. Thank you all for watching, and as always, peace out everyone.